There's a specific kind of pain that doesn't show up on any medical chart, but it can wreck your sleep, your appetite, and your ability to trust the next person who walks into your life. It's the pain of someone breaking your trust. And according to Carl Jung, the deepest emotional pain isn't caused only by another person's actions. It happens because betrayal shakes the very foundation of how we see ourselves, other people, and the world. Stick around, because by the end of this video, you'll understand exactly why broken trust hurts so deeply, according to Jung's psychology, why your mind refuses to let it go, and most importantly, how you can genuinely heal without becoming cold, bitter, or emotionally closed off. Welcome back to Hidden Mind Revealed, the channel where we take the hidden patterns of human psychology and turn them into something you can actually use in real life. Today we're talking about one of the most universal wounds there is: broken trust. Whether it was a partner who lied, a friend who betrayed you, or a parent who let you down as a kid, this video is going to walk you through the Jungian explanation for why it hurts so much and a real practical path to healing. Let's get into it. Before we go further, if you've ever felt that gut punch of betrayal, hit that like button right now. It helps this video reach more people who need to hear this. And if you're new here, subscribe, because we post psychology breakdowns like this every week that'll change how you see yourself and the people around you. Why trust is more than a feeling. Let's start with something basic. Trust isn't simply believing someone won't lie to you. It's something much deeper. Every relationship silently asks one question: am I safe with you? When someone repeatedly shows kindness, honesty, and consistency, your brain slowly lowers its guard. You stop watching every word. You stop preparing for disappointment. You allow yourself to be vulnerable. That's what trust really is. It's permission to stop protecting yourself. According to Jung, every meaningful relationship becomes part of our psychological world. The people we love become woven into our identity. So when they betray us, it doesn't just feel like losing them. It feels like losing a part of ourselves. That's why broken trust often leaves people saying, "I don't even know who I am anymore." The real reason betrayal hurts: most people think betrayal hurts because someone lied. But that's only part of the story. The deeper pain comes from the collapse of certainty. Yesterday, you believed one version of reality. Today, everything feels different. You begin questioning every memory. Were they ever honest? Was any of it real? Did everyone else know except me? Suddenly your own judgment feels unreliable. Jung believed the human mind constantly searches for order and meaning. Betrayal destroys that order. It creates psychological chaos. That's why even intelligent people obsess over what happened. They're not trying to relive the pain. They're trying to make reality make sense again. The shadow you don't notice. One of Jung's most famous ideas is something called the shadow. The shadow is the part of ourselves we don't fully recognize. After broken trust, the shadow often grows louder. You may become suspicious of everyone. You assume people have hidden motives. You pull away before anyone can hurt you. You stop opening up. You tell yourself, "I'm just protecting myself." Sometimes you are, but sometimes the betrayal has quietly taken control of your future relationships. The painful part is that the person who hurt you may already be gone, yet the fear they created is still living inside you. Quick question before we move to the healing part. Drop a comment below and tell me, when trust gets broken, do you tend to shut people out completely? Or do you find yourself trying to win back the person who hurt you? I read every comment, and I want to hear your side of this. Why you can't just get over it. A lot of people try to heal from betrayal by forcing themselves to move on, burying the feeling, staying busy, pretending it doesn't bother them anymore. Jung would call this a mistake. He believed that anything we refuse to consciously face doesn't disappear. It goes into the shadow and controls us from behind the scenes. That's why so many people who never actually process a betrayal end up repeating the same pattern in their next relationship. They pick partners who feel eerily familiar to the one who hurt them. They become hyper-vigilant, testing new people for signs of the old wound. Or they swing the other way, completely refusing to ever be vulnerable again, calling it self-protection, when really it's just fear wearing a stronger outfit. Unprocessed betrayal doesn't fade with time alone. It gets buried, and buried pain has a way of resurfacing exactly when you least expect it, usually with someone who did nothing wrong. Jung's idea of healing. Carl Jung once suggested that we don't become whole by pretending darkness doesn't exist. We become whole by bringing it into awareness. Healing doesn't mean pretending betrayal didn't hurt. It means refusing to let that betrayal define your identity. The pain may become part of your story, but it doesn't have to become your personality. Many people mistake healing for forgetting. That's impossible. Real healing means remembering without falling apart. It means thinking about what happened without feeling controlled by it. That's emotional freedom. How to rebuild trust again. One mistake people make after betrayal is believing they should never trust again. But that's not healing. That's survival. There's a difference. Healthy trust isn't blind. It's built slowly. It watches actions instead of promises. It allows people to earn access instead of giving it away immediately. Jung believed growth often comes through suffering that has been understood, not ignored, not buried, understood. Every painful experience teaches something, perhaps stronger boundaries, better judgment, greater emotional awareness, maybe even learning to trust yourself more than you trust appearances. Ironically, healing often begins the moment you realize the safest person to depend on isn't someone else. It's becoming someone who won't abandon yourself again. The most important trust. Here's something most people never consider. Sometimes the greatest trust that was broken was the trust you had in yourself. You ignored your intuition. You explained away the red flags. You stayed because you hoped things would change. Then after everything collapsed, you blamed yourself. But healing isn't about punishing yourself forever. It's about rebuilding confidence in your own ability to make wise decisions. Because once you trust yourself again, you stop fearing that other people can completely destroy you. If this video helped you understand yourself a little better, leave a comment below with one word that describes what trust means to you today. And if it makes sense of something you've been carrying for a while, that's exactly why this channel exists. Hit subscribe so you don't miss the next breakdown. Also, if you know someone who's struggling to trust again after being hurt, send them this video. Sometimes the most helpful thing you can do for someone is show them they're not broken, just wounded, and wounds can heal. Until next time, keep uncovering the hidden patterns of the human mind, because understanding yourself is the first step toward true freedom.